What if a simple congratulatory message wasn't just diplomacy, but a strategic signal to the world? India and Iran are not just two countries exchanging formal greetings. Their relationship goes back thousands of years, rooted in civilization, culture, trade, and shared history. And recently, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi sent a congratulatory message to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian on the 47th anniversary of Iran's Islamic Revolution. On the surface, it looks routine. Standard diplomatic courtesy. But in geopolitics, timing is everything, and this message may have carried a much bigger meaning. Let's break it down. India and Persia, modern-day Iran, have been connected since ancient times. Trade routes linked the Indian subcontinent to the Persian Empire. Persian language heavily influenced India's administration, literature, and court culture for centuries. In fact, Persian was the official language of the Mughal court. Even today, thousands of Hindi and Urdu words have Persian roots. Architecture, poetry, art, the cultural exchange shaped both civilizations. That's why in his message, Prime Minister Modi emphasized civilizational bonds. That phrase wasn't accidental. It signals that this relationship is deeper than politics. It's historical, cultural, structural. But now let's talk about the real question. Why now? The Middle East is on edge. Iran faces heavy Western sanctions. US-Iran relations remain tense. There's constant concern about potential escalation involving Israel. In that environment, India publicly highlighting strong ties with Iran sends a carefully balanced diplomatic message. India's foreign policy is built on what it calls strategic autonomy. That means it does not fully align with any single global bloc. Not the US, not Russia, not China. India makes decisions based on national interest, and that brings us to one of the most important pieces of this puzzle, Chabahar Port. If you talk about India-Iran relations and don't mention Chabahar, you're missing the core strategy. Chabahar Port, located in southeastern Iran, is crucial for India. It gives India direct access to Afghanistan and Central Asia, bypassing Pakistan entirely. For New Delhi, this is not just trade infrastructure, it's geopolitical leverage. Meanwhile, China is developing Pakistan's Gwadar port under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Chabahar becomes India's strategic counterbalance in the region. Now zoom out. Iran holds some of the world's largest oil and gas reserves. India is one of the world's largest energy importers. Before US sanctions tightened, Iran was a major oil supplier to India. Those imports were halted under pressure from sanctions. But if sanctions ease in the future, Iran could once again become a key energy partner for India. So when Prime Minister Modi sends a warm message and highlights strong ties, he may also be keeping that door open for the future. And there's another layer, people-to-people ties. India is home to the Parsi community, descendants of Persian Zoroastrians who migrated to India centuries ago. They are a living symbol of India-Iran historical connection. Cultural respect flows both ways. When leaders emphasize strong people-to-people ties, it's a signal that the relationship goes beyond governments. It's rooted in society, in history, in shared identity. So what does all this mean for a US audience? It means India is walking a very careful diplomatic line. India is strengthening ties with the United States through defense partnerships, technology cooperation, and economic agreements. At the same time, India is maintaining relations with Iran. It engages Israel, it works with Gulf nations, it buys Russian oil, it partners with the West. This is not contradiction, this is strategy. India wants to emerge as an independent global power, not as part of any bloc, but as a balancing force in a multipolar world. So was Modi's message just a formality? Or was it a subtle reminder that India's geopolitical playbook is long-term, calculated, and rooted in civilizational depth? In a world increasingly divided into camps, India is choosing flexibility, and that flexibility may define the future balance of power in Asia. Because the India-Iran relationship isn't just about history, it's about trade routes, energy security, strategic access, and influence in one of the world's most volatile regions. The real question is, as global tensions rise, will India's strategy of strategic autonomy strengthen its global position or test its relationships with the West? The answer could reshape the geopolitical landscape of the 21st century.